Hey, welcome back to another video. I'm bringing you 3 of my favorite herbal books. This is a request from a subscriber up in the north of Ireland who is interested in learning more about herbs and just asked me what books I'd recommend. So here are my 3 books. So the first one is called Wild Drugs, A Forager's Guide to Healing Plants. And I suppose the books I'm picking, 2 of them are particularly useful for Ireland and England in particular, but the other one is also good for the States where a lot of my viewers are. And this one covers how to forage, the using medicinal plants, woodland plants, riverside plants, different types of plants, remedies then for common ailments, and first aid kit and a glossary. And it's just nicely laid out. For each herb, it goes through fact and folklore, what to look for, how it can be mistaken, or what it can be mistaken for, because that's a real problem with identifying herbs. Is many plants are poisonous, and plants look the same because they come from the same family, the same structure, they have similar leaves, and you really have to be able to identify plants. It's not the strongest part of my herbal practice, but it's something I'm really interested in. Every year I try and identify new plants, new herbs to incorporate into my practice. So I'm really happy to share this book with you this year. It's the author is Zoe Hawes, and she's a herbalist also, and it's published by Gaia Press in 2010. So this is a nice little book. It has mullein there, one of my favorite herbs. It's a good introductory book for going out and trying to identify herbs. There's probably a lot of herbs here that I still have to identify for myself, and not sure, are they weeds or are they plants? Well, weeds and plants and herbs are all the same. It just depends on your paradigm, your perspective. So that's the first one, Wild Drugs, and I like the name Wild Drugs because that's what they are. The second one is Hedgerow Medicine, so it's medicine from the hedges, and this is by Burton and Matthew Seal. Subtitled Harvest and Make Your Own Herbal Remedies. So this is really another nice little book for anyone living in Ireland or England, because focuses a lot on the herbs. We have a lot of these herbs grow in other parts of the world and have come from other parts of the world. They're not necessarily always native of Ireland or England. So it goes through using your hedgerow harvest to make your own medicinal cabinet. Yeah, you can go to there making oils and creams and powders and tinctures and vinegars, wines and beers. There's a whole range of types of medicines you can make from herbs. So again, it goes through each herb in detail, gives a bit of background of the herb, medicinal uses, when to harvest, what's the right time of the year to harvest a herb. So it's another really good introductory book into herbal medicine. Gives as much detail as you need to know as a student or learner, or like myself, a practitioner who's still learning. It's a really nice book as an introduction. So that's number 2, Hedgerow Medicine. And number 3 is a classic. It's The Natural School of Healing by Dr. John Christopher. Dr. John Christopher was an American herbalist from Utah in the States, and he's had a huge impact on Western herbal medicine. This is the centenary edition, which marks the birth of John Christopher. He was born in 1909, and this version was published in 2009 to mark the 100th year of John's birth. And it goes through all of the different herbs according to the functions, whether they're alteratives or astringents, stimulant herbs. Herbs are in different groupings, and once you get to know the grouping, what the function of the herb is, then other herbs can be used for the same purpose. And then it gives a table of contents of all the herbs. What I really like about this book, gives a little bibliography there of John at the start. But if you take any herb here, I usually go for mullein, one of my favourites, but you could take any herb here. What's this one? Comfrey. There's a great herb, powerful healing herb. So it gives, the identifying characteristics, the parts used, the therapeutic action. That's what you're really looking for. Comfrey is a demulcent, cell-proliferant, nutritive tonic, and what else? And it quotes a lot from Dr. Shook, who was another famous herbalist, had a real impact on herbal medicine in the States over the last 100 years. In the last section of this book, then, it goes through a whole cleansing program, the mucusless diet, which is really important, corrective aids, positive attitude, herbal combinations, and a lot of John Christopher's herbs can be bought, as they have a shop in the States, and they're some of the best formulations out there on the market. And the knowledge that comes from this book is going back, knowledge that goes back hundreds of years, back to the Native American Indians, and back from all of the early herbal traditions. So this book, while it's a big kind of heavy, kind of dictionary type style hardback, it's packed with deep knowledge that's easily lost until we awaken it and practice it today. So it's a really good book for the serious herbalist, for the person who really wants to dig deep into herbal medicine and see its power. I haven't really touched 10% of this book and the power of it, even less. There's such a wealth of knowledge in here. And I suppose it's the thing about learning herbs, just to kind of caution you in that it's really important that you learn, practice on yourself. The challenge is practicing on other people if you're not qualified. So we should always be able to help other people out in a first aid and a preventative way, but we need to be cautious if people are on medication or if they have serious illnesses. We need to recommend people go to their GPs and their other medical practitioners, or to a herbalist. And so to go with caution, and when you're out identifying herbs, be aware that some of them can be poisonous, and to know the difference and to get advice from a botanist or a qualified herbalist. So learn as much as you can from introductory books and from the internet and from videos like this, but there's nothing better than doing a dedicated course. And I did my herbal medicine over 4 years and over 400 hours of clinical practice down in the School of Natural Healing, the Irish School of Herbal Medicine in Portlaoise. It was a really great experience, but they say it takes 7 lifetimes to become a herbalist, so I'm definitely on my first, maybe second, who knows, but it takes time and practice and dedication, but it's to enjoy it, to enjoy learning about herbs and learning how to use them and incorporate them into your life for your health and your well-being. We need to take control and manage our own health to increase our vitality and to reduce our risk of disease. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you're interested in these books, I'm sure you'll get them on Amazon. And I'll see you in a video very soon. Okay, thanks for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.